Like to explain how personal pronouns and direct object pronouns relate to each other in sentences. The first example we'll do is a reflexive example. Reflexive just means it's self-inflicted. It's someone doing something to oneself. So first, we're going to pick the personal pronoun yo. Now we're going to pick the direct object pronoun me. Yo is what does the action. This is what you'll conjugate the verb for because yo is the one doing. Me is the one that receives the action. There won't be any conjugation for this one. It's having it something is happening to me. Now because this is self-inflicted, because I am doing something to myself. In this case, I'm saying yo amo. Now, yo amo is not reflexive. Yo amo is in black because yo amo just means I love. I love someone. I love something. Examples. Yo amo a mi familia. I love my family. Yo amo a mi novio. I love my boyfriend. Yo amo a mi hermana. I love my sister. Those are examples of just I am doing something. I am loving something. I'm loving someone. Or, yo amo a mi perro. I love my dog. But if I want to make this self-inflicted, something I'm doing to myself, then it will be yo me amo. It'll be yo me amo. And you might notice that unlike English, we say I love myself in that order. I, the personal pronoun, love, the conjugated verb, myself, the direct object pronoun, and in this case, a reflexive example, we do it in that order, but in Spanish, it's in a different structural grammatical order. Instead, you say yo me amo. You don't say yo amo me. Okay? So you're actually saying I myself love. I myself love. That's what you're actually literally saying in Spanish. And remembering that order is important so you don't confuse yourself when you're reading these sentences and trying to figure out who is doing what to whom. So that's the order. In Spanish, you say the personal pronoun, then you say the direct object pronoun, and then you say the conjugated verb. Now, because all the conjugated verbs in Spanish have different endings, you don't actually need to have the pronoun there. So we can just say me amo. You don't have to say yo me amo because amo ends in o and yo in the present tense ends in o. So we can just tell from the ending that it doesn't belong to anyone else. It has to be, I am doing this to me. It has to be that because there are no other endings that have, O in that case in the present tense. So we already know that you don't have to say yo me amo. You can say yo me amo if you want. It's optional. But you can just shorten it and just say me amo. It's easier and it's faster. So I hope this explains the difference between yo and me because they're representing the same person in this case, but you have to use different words to describe when you do something to someone or something versus when you receive something from someone or something. Now I'm going to explain how tu and te are different. They're different in the same way that yo and me are different. Tu is a personal pronoun, te is a direct object pronoun. Tu does the action and te receives the action. If you ask someone what does tu mean, they'll say it means you. If you ask someone what does te mean, it also means you. But they don't mean you in the same way that they're used. Tu is you as in you do something, but te is you as in something happens to you. You receive something. So they do mean the same word, but they're not used the same way. So we have a reflexive example, but first we're going to do the non-reflexive example in the black. Te amas. Te amas means you love. Te amas a tu hermano, you love your brother. Tú amas a tu gato, you love your cat. Tú amas a tu madre, you love your mom. Those are examples that, you love somebody or something. But when you say tú te amas or just te amas, you're saying a reflexive example. You're saying you love yourself. Tú te amas or simply te amas. And this is the same kind of example as me amo. Me amo, I love myself. Te amas, you love yourself. Okay? So it works just the same. It's just that in English, we don't have two different words for this. It's you and you. So there's you, the personal pronoun, and there's you, the direct object pronoun. So that can confuse people at times because it's the same word, but they're used in different ways. And that's the difference between tú and te. So, we did reflexive examples, but now we're going to do examples where we're using a personal pronoun and a direct object pronoun that are different, that are not self-inflicted. So there is no red highlighting here, it's all black. We're going to do something where yo, do something to you, te. Yo is a personal pronoun, and te is a direct object pronoun. Yo does the action, and te receives the action. So we have yo amo, I love, and then yo te amo, I love you. But remember, we said that in the structure of Spanish grammar, it's going to be the reverse. So you have to keep in mind that it's not yo amo te. It's not I love you in the order of English, but it's going to be the reverse. You're going to say I to you love. And that's basically what you're saying. It's like the reverse order. Instead of doing personal pronoun, then conjugated verb, then direct object, you're actually going to do personal pronoun, then direct object pronoun, and then conjugated verb. And because of that, because all the verbs, their conjugations have different endings, we can just eyeball it and look and see that it says amo. It's the only one that's going to be amo spelled that way. So we can just say te amo. We don't need to say yo te amo. You can say yo te amo if you want. It's optional, but it's not necessary. You can just say te amo for I love you. Alright, so the last example we're going to have today is tú versus me. Tú is a personal pronoun, me is a direct object pronoun. Tú does the action, and me receives the action. Tú amas, you love. Tú me amas, you love me. And again, remember that when you're writing these sentences with personal pronouns and direct object pronouns, that you've got to put it in the reverse order when you're making your sentences. That you're actually saying, you to me love. That is what you're actually saying. It's in reverse. And it doesn't sound like it makes sense in the transliteration. Some things just can't be translated in a way that they'd make sense in the other language, because we do not phrase it this way in English. But it's important to be aware of that difference so that you're writing your sentences correctly. You don't want to write, tú amas me. That's following an English structure using Spanish vocabulary, but it's not correct. You have to put it in the right order. So remember, it's personal pronoun first, then the direct object pronoun, and then the conjugation. And because, the endings are all different, you do not need to put the personal pronoun. It's not necessary. You can have it there if you want, it's optional, but it's not necessary for understanding. You can just simply say, me amas. Alright, so now we're gonna finish with our final sentences. I did the versions with and without the personal pronoun. So with the personal pronoun, yo me amo or me amo means I love myself. Tú te amas or te amas means you love yourself. Those two are examples of reflexives, okay? Because they're self inflicted. They're things that, I'm doing to myself and you are doing to yourself. So they're self inflicted, okay? The personal pronoun is taking an action to themselves and they are receiving it as a direct object. So it is reflexive, like a mirror. Now, the last two are non reflexive examples. Yo te amo is, or te amo is I love you. And notice that it's in the reverse order. Te amo, you, I love. Tú me amas, or me amas, is you love me, or me you love in the reverse order. So I hope that this lesson helps to clear up the confusion of, what is the difference between personal pronouns and direct objects? If they stand for the same person or they may stand for different people, what's the difference between tú and te, or in English, you and you? It's the usage. One is doing the action and one is receiving the action. That's the difference. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll see about making lessons that are even more in depth. I just want to take, step by step and break things down into simple, understandable, quick lessons. So if you need any further clarification on the difference, and I will do the other pronouns and direct objects as well, please, comment below. Thank you.